Hello, welcome to the what were
It's a death battle cast. Nothing. I was just being like
The what?
I didn't mean to distract
Sam
you.
had
I
this
was just being
moment where
silly.
he's like, where am I don't know.
Legit, just trying to be a little silly. Did not mean to distract on that level.
Well, now I'm curious if we're actually on the death battle cast or if
Yes,
something
we
crazy
are.
just happened.
We are in the death battle cast. I just double checked my location on death battle cast. It's the
Oh,
location.
cool.
Yeah,
Good.
Don't worry about it.
We're never, they're always weird. They always start weird.
Of course. I'm Ben, the voice of Wiz in Death Battle.
I'm Sam.
Wonderful.
I'm Luis, lead animator.
Why did you check with me? Yes, you are. Hey, I'm Chad of Boomstick.
Oh, it's pointing at you.
Are we supposed to like finish each other's
Yeah,
titles?
we were supposed to like
Like,
point at each other.
I'm Ben.
Sandwiches?
I'm the voice of Wiz in Death
don't
Battle,
do
and
that.
I'm Sam.
All right.
Let's just get on with it.
Well, if
and-
you're still watching, thank you.
And today's episode of Death Battle Cast is sponsored by Felix Gray. I think the second time they've sponsored us, and
Yes.
Raycon, who I believe has
is the first
this is their
time.
first time, which is great. So thank you to both Felix Gray and Raycon. We'll have more to say about them and some cool deals you can get with them later on in the show. So hey guys,
Hey.
good to see you all again after Aang versus Edward Elric has gone public on YouTube and also
Yeah.
for first members.
Yeah.
I love all the comments that were just like, there better be a watermelon cart or I swear to God. And then there was.
Oh Chad. Oh Chad.
The
A
cabbage.
melon.
cart.
Cabbage, sorry. I don't know why I did that.
Do some research for once.
Yeah, there we go.
Fraud, jeez.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was watermelons. I know it's fucking.
I like the guy who's like, my cabbage.
It's like, you're
Yeah.
kind of wrong. It's watermelons.
This whole time. It was
They
actually
look pretty
watermelon.
similar. No, that was just me being an idiot. Sorry.
They
Of course, it's
look
a fucking
pretty
cabbage cart.
Oh, it's actually watermelons in the dub.
Yeah, that's totally it. Thanks for trying to save me. Fuck, that was stupid. All right.
Okay.
Whatever, cabbage cart.
But yes, we absolutely have
It's a big fun fight. You animated a lot of it, right?
I help animate with alongside with Zach and Kid and like a bunch of animators. We all like work together. We're working on this fight at the same time as we're working on like the Captain Falcon fight. So that was a lot of like back and forth and stuff like that between those fights. It was really good to be able to like when you're working on one of those fights and then be able to go to the
Take a
other
break?
Yeah, take a break from that fight and then go to another one. So like it was pretty cool.
I take a break from all of the insane hand-drawn elements you had to do.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, so we'll run through the Q&A for Aang and Ed real quick now that it's out on both YouTube and on Rooster Teeth. We can get questions and comments from all you people who watched it. And so far, it seems most people have been enjoying it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody likes these shows. I don't know if there's anybody who hates Avatar or Full Metal Alchemist.
Not really.
They're really cool shows and really cool characters. So I was really excited to have them both in an episode, and I hope a lot of other people were too. But of course, there's the question that a lot of people have: why was this episode not Aang versus Captain Planet? And we talked about this actually in the last episode. So if you want to know the answer in depth, you can check out the last episode of Death Battle Cast. We had a whole conversation about how that would be a crazy episode and a really weird one, and certainly one that I think we'll do at some point. But as like it would have to be like a gag episode essentially.
It's better to have those characters represented very seriously first and then go with something a little bit more silly.
Yeah, among many, many other reasons. But I highly recommend checking out the last episode of Death Battle Cast. It's like the first thing we talk about, so very easy to check out. And also, Aang versus Ed has been highly requested by fans of the shows for years, since the first year we ever did Death Battle. If you haven't requested an episode before, you can do so with a link under all of our YouTube videos. There's a link to a request form, and you can submit matchups that you'd want to see through that. Of course, we still see matchup requests on the YouTube comments, on Twitter, etc. That's totally fine.
But the best way to do it is using that link in the description.
Every
the
year when
easiest way to get your
yeah,
voice heard is with
like,
that.
Yeah.
When we're like, oh, what fights are we going to do this year? We don't look at the comments. We look at the form that you submitted your requests at, and that's where we look for a lot of the data. That is a place. Please request.
I mean,
them
I
there.
look at the
Please
comments.
stop spamming
We-
my Twitter with thumbnails is what I'm really trying to say.
Like, there
we
are.
look at
So
them.
here's the thing about the form: is it is a very simple breakdown of character versus character. Here's the series that they're from, just to clarify. So if somebody has like a specific reason why they want that matchup, The form doesn't really give that option, and that's because you can still give us the reasons why using the comments on YouTube, and that's totally fine. The form is kind of a way for us to filter out what matchups we should be kind of looking for, really. Like, what are the most popular matchups that we can find? And, of course, when going through comments and Twitter posts and things like that, we'll sometimes come across an idea that somebody has that's just really creative and unique. Maybe it's not the most popular idea ever, but we think it's really cool, so we might do that as well.
Star Fox versus Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, way back.
I wanted that.
So there's always a balance of choosing episodes for each season of Death Battle between like what's the most popular request versus what are some like more unique ideas that or less popular ideas that could still be really cool to see and people would want to see, because we do have to dedicate a lot of our own time to each episode, and of course the way Death Battle is set up now, we dedicate 3 weeks of your guys' time to watching videos about this one specific matchup. There's only 52 weeks to in the year to work with, so we got to be particular about the episodes that we do. But I think this was a perfect one to do, and we've been wanting to do it for a long time. And again, part of the reason why we haven't, and in fact we didn't do it last year as planned, was because we wanted to make sure that the animation could be kick-ass.
Yeah, that way we're drying cabbages, not watermelons.
Exactly. So, second question, why did Wiz sound weird sometimes in the rundowns? Just really quick answer. I was actually a little sick while recording this episode. Unfortunately, you can see it in the blooper reel if you've seen the bloopers.
All right, walk in and you go, heads up, I'm a little sick, and then I just turn and walk out.
Halfway well, we recorded the previews early, and then we came back to record the rest of the episode in a second session. And at that point, I was just getting over like a really bad cold, and so I decided, we should probably voice separately. And unfortunately, I'm going to sound a little sick, but I think I'm okay. But because we release these episodes, throughout the whole year, we don't really have the production schedule to keep going back and fixing lines, so had to figure out a way to do it while I was sick. Overall, I don't think most people noticed, but some people did. So third question, did you forget about metal bending, blood bending, and lava bending for Aang?
Of course.
We didn't use those. What the hell?
Why didn't we use those?
We didn't do any research.
Is it because Aang doesn't do any of those things?
Well, technically he could do lava bending because a previous avatar has used lava bending in like a flashback. That was even before lava bending was like defined. They didn't define it until Legend of Korra. But Aang does not know blood bending, nor does he know metal bending, and we don't get any indication that he learns those at any point in the future. And some people would bring up like, well, previous avatars might know metal bending and blood bending, so shouldn't he know it? Actually, no. Metal bending and blood bending were both discovered during Aang's generation. Yeah. By Toph and by, Hama, I think is her name. The blood bending witch from the last.
It was also said that
season.
Korra was the first avatar to know metal bending.
Yes.
As well. So that means that Aang never learned it.
Exactly. Yeah. Toph never taught it to him, which
is
a little weird that he never did. But I guess it was never really Aang's goal to be the all-powerful bender. Like the all-bender. Yeah.
He did his job, and now he was
just kind of did it because that's what was expected of him. And then at the end of the day, all of his bending really didn't matter. It was just used for defense, and energy bending is all he ever needed.
I can't help but think how rare lava bending, because I get it, like earth bending. There's plenty of earth around. Air bending, we good. Water,
lava
sure,
bending.
That's the most popular thing on the planet. But then lava, can they make some lava on the spot?
They can turn ground. Right. It's earth bending, so they can turn earth into lava.
So it's just fancy ass earth bending.
Yeah.
But it's also fire bending.
Well, I was gonna say you need fire bending to combine, so it would melt the rocks.
You don't, though, because Bolin uses it, and he's an earthbender, not a firebender.
Maybe they just bend the fire so much that the friction does the job for him.
It just shakes it together really fast.
Just, get the rocks and just keep them going.
That
I guess.
Works.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
So they go, okay.
Lava bending is...
Obviously. I did not do research on this episode. That's why I'm asking stupid questions.
I didn't either. That's
the person who did research on this episode would know all these answers like Ben does. I did not do shit on this one, so...
But yeah, so he wouldn't know metal bending or blood bending, and the lava bending he's never used, and it was barely shown, so it didn't seem like it was worth mentioning, nor would it really matter in the fight. So question 4, could Aang have used energy bending, speaking of which, to remove Ed's alchemy? and we didn't really explore this, but it's an interesting question, and I kind of wanted to bring it up because technically alchemy is based on knowledge, and energy bending removes life energy. So does it affect knowledge? It probably wouldn't.
No, bro. I that would be a giant assumption.
But at the same time, truth does take alchemy away from Ed. Spoilers. At the end of the series, Full Metal. So there is some element of using energy to make it happen. So perhaps it's a little vague, and that's why we didn't really explore that too much. We didn't. I didn't want it to be an argument that we would use because it's too vague to really base our argument around.
And it would just make Aang win more.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like,
fair. Question 5, kind of on the flip side, could Ed contact Truth and have him remove Aang's bending abilities? Even if Ed sacrificed his ability to his alchemy to do so, he would stand a better chance in a hand-to-hand fight with no superpowers. It's an interesting idea. Again, that very similar to the energy bending versus alchemy thing. We're jumping into a lot of assumptions there. We've never seen Truth do something like that specifically. We don't know if he would really be able to do that. Also, Ed would have to create a human transmutation circle, and Aang would probably have to be involved in it in some way for it to really matter. Like,
time out real
it's a very
quick.
complex thing. Yeah, exactly. He just like stops him.
Yeah.
It's like, let me show you a drawing. And he starts drawing a circle, and Aang's like, okay, whatever.
I guess I'll stand right on top of it.
Can you stand right in the center of this?
Sure.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Like, if they need to be involved in the transmutation, or else, like,
Kind of.
really, because I really haven't seen like Truth actually do anything related to like affecting other people that aren't around the transmutation circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Because like that,
we haven't seen
I mean,
a
that's,
lot of what Truth can do outside of he just punishes people who try to find him, essentially.
right?
That's mostly what Truth does throughout the series until the very end when when Ed kind of figures out what's going on and makes an exchange with him. So we're almost done with questions. So question 6, and this is a big one that a lot of people were wondering about. Both of these characters are extremely adverse to killing others. So shouldn't that have been a factor?
This comes up all the time.
It does, but we haven't addressed it in a while.
Okay.
We haven't really talked about this in a while. But we do have a couple rules to Death Battle that we show at the end of every episode. There's only 4, and they're a lot of them are very basic rules. And one of them, just because of how complicated Death Battle can get with all sorts of varieties of characters, we don't want to limit ourselves too much. But one of the rules is that we remove any specific moralities of the characters that would inhibit them from killing their opponent.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
Like,
it's basically a clean slate. 2 characters are dropped into an arena, and they both are doing everything in their power to try and kill the other one.
it is called Death Battle.
Right.
They have to be willing to fight to the death.
Right.
So we're tweaking that aspect about any character who goes into Death Battle. And I know, like, it's a very important part of Ed and Aang's themes that they don't kill people. Like, the entire ending of Avatar is about him attempting to avoid the inevitability of having to kill the Fire Lord, and then he does find another way. And like, that's what makes Aang's ending to that series special. But Death Battle doesn't really examine that specifically. Like, I love incorporating themes of characters if we can, but, you know, we have to stick to the whole point of Death Battle. They fight to the death. It's literally in the name.
Yep.
But on that note, the next question is very similar. So if you remove their morals and personalities, why couldn't Ed use a Philosopher's Stone in the battle? And again, it's specifically their morals against killing. Everything else is kept. We don't want the characters to be, like, misrepresented at all. Like, changing their ideas of whether or not they can kill somebody is the only thing we change. Right. Their attitudes about how they use their powers, how the world affects them, what they think about other characters and abilities and stuff like that.
He wouldn't
that
carry a
still.
He wouldn't carry a Philosopher's Stone with him in battle, so like it wouldn't
And technically
seem...
in canon, I don't believe he's ever actually used one himself. He's seen it a lot, and then in non-canon material he has. But he wouldn't be carrying one. He wouldn't use one regardless of the situation, and he could also just turn himself into a Philosopher's Stone. So realistically, he could just do that, which we talk about in the episode. And then, so that's the last question specifically about, the verdict. But question number 8 is, this episode was cool, but why didn't you do blank versus blank instead? again, a question that we get a lot, but we haven't really addressed recently, and I kind of already talked about that a bit.
Yeah, you already covered it.
But yeah, you should check out the suggestion form link below. Let us know what matchups you want to see. Like we're actually kind of wrapping up pre-production of this year's season right now, so I'm really interested in what you guys want to see in future episodes because we're kind of starting to plan out the 2020 season right now.
Dude, we just voiced the craziest script.
Yeah, but
We have a real fun surprise for you guys later. No, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
Is it 15?
maybe.
Okay, yeah, 15. 15's buck wild. I think 15 is gonna be one of the coolest fights we've ever had in like a really interesting like. It's really yeah.
These guys are just trying to
It's
spoil
very good.
everything.
I'm not trying to spoil anything.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying I'm really excited to see that
Me
one come
too.
together.
We got a lot of great
Yeah,
stuff coming up.
we've got some awesome writers and researchers. We've expanded our team a bit this year so that we can kind of speed up production a bit, so that we could do even bigger episodes next year. So I really want to hear what you guys want to see in future episodes. So use that suggestion
off
form.
the wall episode, maybe. We'll see.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and then that kind of wraps up the questions, but we did announce in the episode that the next death battle is Ghost Rider versus Lobo.
We've talked about both of these characters for a really long time, especially Ghost Rider, because that pennant stare is an interesting mechanic to have at your disposal.
Dude, like, you think you know what Lobo is capable of?
Oh, yeah.
You don't.
It's crazy.
You don't. Lobo, unless you've read all of his comics, he's fucking insane. Like, get ready for a crazy ass fight. It's gonna be a good one. So that comes out in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. In 2 weeks. The Ghost Rider preview
2 weeks
just
and
came
1
out.
day.
Yeah, 2 weeks minus 1 day.
For
where it's
first.
airing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
first. For
2 weeks
YouTube.
plus
2
1
weeks,
day
yeah.
for YouTube.
We got it.
Unless
Don't
you're
worry
watching
about
this
it.
on YouTube.
No,
Stop.
On Thursday, then it's 2 weeks minus 2
Okay,
days.
It's going to get crazy.
What's next?
Probably to talk about one of our wonderful sponsors.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
that
it
kind of
is
wraps
time.
up the discussion. Again, thank you all for checking out Aang versus Edward Elric. We really appreciate it. The episode passed over 2 million views in less than a week, which is awesome. So we really appreciate you guys watching. And again, I'm very interested in what you guys want to see in the next season. So let us know using that suggestion form. It's linked below. Check it out. All right. So our first sponsor.
Speaking of checking out, you should check out.
Yes, you should check
I'll
out.
say good
Also,
for you.
speaking of links below, if you're watching this on YouTube, you should check out Felix Gray. They're also like this is actually really cool. So Felix Gray makes essentially glasses, but they're not normal glasses. They are glasses for blocking out harsh light. Because did you know that the average American is looking at bright screens for over 11 hours every day, and bright screens can damage your eyes and cause excessive dryness and eye strain. Like,
Oh, my eyes.
everybody knows the tall tale from when like televisions first came out, and everybody was like, oh, if you look at the screen for more than an hour, you're gonna go blind. And that's not necessarily the case, but it is true that screens can still damage your eyes. And you've probably looked at a screen for a long time and felt that kind of eye strain, and you don't want that,
If you've
right?
ever played an MMO and gotten a headache, this is the product you need.
Yes. Yes. When does
any
WoW Classic
media.
come out again?
August
August
27th,
27th.
Okay.
I'm probably going to get a pair of these bad
Dude,
boys
I
just
know.
for that.
You need these for that. So you can protect your eyes while playing WoW Classic or whatever else you're doing with Felix Gray glasses. Felix Gray filters 90% of high-energy blue light and eliminates 99% of glare from your screens. And unlike other light filter glasses, there are a lot of like really cheap ones out there, but Felix Gray has proprietary blue light tech embedded into the lens. It's not a cheap coating that can be scratched really easily like so many of these other glasses can. So there's also tons of different handcrafted high quality frames and colors to choose from, and all sorts of sizes and colors for adults and kids. I mentioned it the last time they sponsored, but again, I'm really partial to the Carver frames, and they got this like blue and black mixed color that's called Midnight Surf. It's dope. It's awesome. There's so many. Just check out their website. At the very least, check out their website and look at all the different like designs they have. It's really cool. Like character creation with the sunglasses, or not sunglasses, with blue light glasses. It's really neat. And But speaking of different kinds of glasses, you can get them as non-prescription or prescription glasses. So you can just wear them all the time if you need to. Yep. Don't go another day looking at screens without the help of some Felix Grays. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/battlecast for free shipping and 30 days of risk-free returns or exchanges. That's felixgrayglasses.com/battlecast. felixgrayglasses.com/battlecast. Protect your eyes today with Felix Gray. They got a little rhyme there.
I love it.
Also, it's Gray with an A.
In case you were wondering.
So if you spell it with an E, you're wrong. All right.
I don't think that was in there, but hey.
let's talk about what's going on.
What's going on is Ben has very strong opinions about how you spell Gray.
I mean, it's confusing to me. Why are there two methods to spell the same thing?
One's the English version, right? Yeah. And then
I think so, right? Like
English proper version, you mean?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
I've
never
never
actually
with
looked
the
into
A.
it.
So
it's like that, and there's like
color and armor.
O-U-R.
Right.
Yeah, the O-U-R.
They had a
right?
lot of U's in the color.
Yeah, see, I grew up with those because I was homeschooled with a Canadian mom. So I grew up with, like, I spell color, or used to spell color. I don't now, but I still spell armor just because I feel like a lot of games use that spelling of armor as well.
Homeschooled with Gray with an E?
No, with an A.
Yeah, see? So it's not.
I don't even know.
It's just
I'm
some
always
made-up-
back and forth. I'm like, I'll pick one right now.
It's some made-up
I-
BS that somebody decided to
At least,
just confuse
like,
everybody with.
Every 6 months, I spell it, and then I go, wait, is it with an E? And then I Google it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's fucking both. Like, doesn't even matter. Like, what words do you get to choose your own adventure on? Like, it's ridiculous, dude. Like,
Dude, it's funny. Whenever we have like one of the company will send out surveys that are supposed to be anonymous so they can like gauge like and improve and whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny. Ellie's like, she's like, I have to go back through and change all the spelling because it would be like all the British spellings of anything, so it would be very clearly clear. It's like, oh, that's Ellie.
I mean,
yeah.
you can still read it. Like, it's not like it's a crazy.
No,
crazy
it's not that.
different.
It's that the survey is supposed to be anonymous. And so she's like, oh, that's very clearly written by a British person. So it's either going to be Ellie or Gavin, and
Who
Gavin
could it
probably didn't do
be?
it.
I was
funny.
having high tea. I was disturbed by a coworker. Like, okay, Ellie.
So E is for the English spelling as well as for the Irish and Australian, not French.
Did you
which would
Google
be
that?
why you didn't use
Oh.
it. Yep.
So we
I
should be
googled it
using
also.
it.
So a couple people in the chat were saying it, like too shy. So thanks, guys.
Solving mysteries on the podcast.
Exactly.
today.
This is what we're here for.
So
Welcome
what-
to the Death Battle Cast.
Besides how Gray's funny word, what is going on?
Oh, fine. Fuck you.
Well, the thing on the bottom says we're talking about Twitter. I don't know if you guys want to.
Fuck that.
No.
Okay, yeah, well, no, fuck. The topic's fine. Fuck new Twitter, though. I do
Oh. Are
not
you
Are you talking
like
about the
it.
Chrome one?
what?
I
Is
guess.
it just Chrome?
No, there's a new Twitter
No, it's not
layout
just
for like desktop. It's
It's just
awful.
the mobile version of Twitter. That
But
just
no,
does it
but
all
then
day.
but all the shit's on the left. I hate it.
Yeah,
Really.
that's Chrome.
That's just Chrome.
it's just
Oh,
Chrome.
see, that's the internet. So
Right, but
Like,
here's the thing.
I mean, I still always have
somebody already
Firefox
made a plugin.
downloaded, but-
Somebody already made a plugin that reverts it for you if
Okay,
you don't
good,
like
that's
it.
nice.
Yes. It's
Because
just on Chrome?
it drives me nuts. Yeah, I was
I
blown
really
unless they rolled
dislike
out
it.
something for a while. It was at least on
Oh my
Chrome.
god, I hate when you like click on a picture and then you have to go back. You have to click back on the freaking like Chrome tab to like be able to actually go back to the timeline. It's so horrible.
it's a. I feel like it's a pretty shit layout. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like there's so much.
Is it a
unused
shit
space
layout, or are
and
you just
stuff.
not used to
Well,
it?
right. And that's what I always see.
think
I always
it's a
try and
shit
check
layout.
myself because I'm like, change. I don't like that. I use this every day, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
It is
Maybe
weird
it's
that
not-
all the stuff is flipped now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a little. It's like discombobulating because you're like trying to find. Like, how do I log out? I
That's
don't
the
know.
least of the
It's
problems.
over on the bottom left now.
I feel like I would have been less mad if they would have kept all my little doodads at the top.
Yep.
And then I would have been like, fine. But it's the fact that they
They
moved
moved it-
all
I know.
like, it's
I
like I'm
agree.
so used to going boop, boop, boop. And then like I go up there and I just click nothing. And I'm like, what? And like, it's just, and also the fact that when you go to it on your phone, they're still up top. So now it feels very different. Like, I don't know why it's that way.
You'd be
Like-
so mad. Dude, I'd lose my shit if they flipped it to the left on phone because then you'd be reaching.
Oh, I
Like,
know. I'd be like over here, like, oh, I got to strain my thumb. Like, I'm going to get fucking thumb injuries. Thanks, Twitter.
You're not thinking
But-
about the people who are left-handed?
No.
So inconsiderate.
Well, then they can add a mode and they can flip it. I don't know.
That would be
Just
kind
keep,
of
however, we just keep it at the top and then it's the same for everybody.
It'd be kind of neat
I
if it was
feel-
customizable.
I feel like there's this new trend with products too. Like they'll do this revamp and they'll be like, "Here's all this shit you don't like, but we have dark mode." And I'm like, "Fuck off with your dark mode."
Or
Like,
a darker mode. Because the
Darker
dark mode already existed, but now there's a darker mode that's pitch black rather than the dark
fucking-
blue.
Dude.
In case you wanted to edgelord on there, like fucking Shadow the Hedgehog's Twitter.
Shadow the Hedgehog?
Shadow the Hedgehog's Twitter account is darker mode. That's for sure. He's got it on.
Well, I got into it. Like, people are very passionate about regular mode versus dark mode, right? And like, I got brought into a Twitter conversation because like Chef Mike and them were talking about it. And what was great about it was that in my process, Noel came up to me. He's like, "So why don't you use dark mode?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, I can see it fine. It's just like bright and happy, and I don't know. It just feels cleaner and happier to me on the normal version. He's like, "You know what? I can see that." And he goes and he changes from dark mode to regular mode. I was like, "Ha!" Like in them trying to shame me, I actually converted another one back to normal.
I don't dislike dark mode. I wish like I know there's apps like Flux and etc. where it can like on a time schedule take the blue light out of your screen, etc. I just wish dark mode knew that it's 2 a.m. and I'm looking at Twitter in bed, and it was like, that's when I want dark mode. Like in the middle of the day.
My
I'm
Pixel
fine.
does that. It just
Oh,
like
really?
knows. Like, well, it
Oh,
doesn't,
well, it has the
doesn't
Flux
switch
thing.
Twitter,
Yeah,
but it just
yeah,
goes
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it is
yeah,
time
yeah,
for
yeah.
night mode.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty modern Android these days, but I
iPhone
want
does
it to just automatically be like, it's fucking nighttime, time for dark mode, and I'd be like, great. Like that's what it should be. It should be day mode, night mode. Like
Day mode.
yeah. But it
need to watch
that's how
Sunny.
it should do.
Uh,
But it don't, so I'm mad at it. Also, it's on the left. Get the
Speaking of what's going on in Twitter, I don't know if you guys saw, I royally fucked up last week shaving, which is why I'm currently growing my beard back. But it's coming. It's coming back.
I've never had this problem. You said that your razor,
Dude, okay.
like, you thought it was on the
I
right
was
setting,
so
and it
mad.
wasn't on the right setting.
So we had a shoot where we had to get an old people makeup. It's an Area 51 skit. If you guys want to check it out, it's up on the Rooster Teeth YouTube. Shameless plug. So because I had to get a bunch of makeup, it's easier if like my beard's shorter, all right? And so I was like, okay, it's like 6:30 in the morning because we had an 8 a.m. shoot, and so I go and I grab my my beard trimmer, and it's got a little digital setting, and I was like, click, 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 right onto 5. 5 is what I normally do, and then I go, and I just go. That didn't feel right. And then I like look in the mirror and it said 5, but I guess it had fallen and like something happened, so it was actually clicked down to 1. So the lowest possible setting, and the first place I started with was right here. So like,
Oh, so your razor has like a
no.
digital
yeah, it's
switch for that.
It is a digital
as opposed
read
to like
as
a
right.
cap.
So as you're clicking the guard, it goes up and down, and
Gotcha.
then it changes the digital number.
Okay.
So
Mine
that's
has like
why-
a cap that you put on and move up and
yeah.
down. So
So it's foolproof.
doesn't it's
Yeah,
foolproof.
it can't trick
Unless
you.
the cap,
Yes,
well,
I
unless
have
the cap
the
breaks.
analog version as well, and you're just like, clip.
And see, it's done this before in the past, but I've caught it. Like, so I've double checked. But this is because it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm really tired, and I just like, and it was just right up here, and I'm like, there's no saving that.
No.
Like, that's just a clean slate it, and let's go. So I just did everything with a 1. But it's funny. I was driving into work right before I drove to work. I texted Blaine, and I was just like, hope you're cool with me having like no facial hair in this short because I fucked up. He's like, no, that'll be better actually. And I'm like, cool. I left the mustache too, so I'm an old person with this wicked mustache, and then I shaved it off before we did the flashback stuff. So, but yeah, that was fun. That was real cool. Kira goes, "You look like a teenager, Teddy," and I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Grow it back." Like, okay.
Get wrecked, man. Rough.
So that happened. Fuck it. And then I had a
need to go
lot of
do a
people
shave.
commiserate
Really
with me.
lazy.
A lot of people be like, "Bro, I know that pain."
Yeah.
Like,
Technology ruining your beard.
gotta stick to those analog shavers, man. The
I
digital
mean,
ones will trick you.
I mean,
I've
those will
done
break
it
too.
with-
You got to stick to the knife.
I've done
Just
it
use a
with
knife.
the analog where it's like you don't put the guard on and you're like, I just want to do a little bit, and then like you slip and you're just like,
Yeah, that's happened.
when
to
you're like
me.
just trying to edge it, you're like, I got good hands. and you're just glad, and you're like, oh god damn it, and you have to do the whole thing. I've done that
strip
before. but
across.
yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. Yeah.
I guess we got some fan art to check out too.
Oh, really?
Let's go ahead and bring up one by Carbonated James. Let's go check this out. Oh shit!
Oh, super
it's
cool.
for
That's
the
really
upcoming
cool.
death battle.
That's awesome.
That's dope, man.
love this style.
I love how crazy Lobo looks.
I love,
Yeah,
I love
that's-
how you capture Nicolas Cage really well.
Yes, it looks identical to him.
That's really cool. I like how Ghost Rider's belt looks like he's like eyeing
keep it
him.
up.
It's like,
Keep it up.
Like, I don't know about you. It's very good. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh yeah, the little squinty. That's fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah, really good
that art
style.
style is awesome.
Dude, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And then we got one from Kid Cartridge, old friend,
Oh, yeah.
longtime viewer,
Yeah,
and art maker.
Oh no.
Oh God, this one! Wait, this one's you this time.
Is it?
This one's you.
That's why I was like, oh no, because I knew that was coming. Great.
So
Wonderful. I really appreciate your little round arrow lines accentuating the ass.
So, like, what, a year and a half ago or something, Kid
like that,
Cartridge
yeah.
made a chibi version of me
And that- 'cause you were wearing
based
that-
on the costume I wore
Like
for
kigurumi.
Halloween like 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah, the Kigurumi. And so that's you now. So now there's
Wonderful.
two.
I think he
Chibi
did.
Ben,
Didn't he
Chibi
do?
Chad.
Like he's done other. I think there's another one too.
There's a handful of them.
There might
I think
be.
there's a total
Yeah,
or
it's
something
they're
like that.
adorable
Yeah.
and
It's been throughout
Wonderful.
the years. There's been a few. Yeah.
well, thank
interesting whenever one of those comes across our timeline.
The arrows do help.
you. Ben's. I just remember yours was like.
Oh yeah,
like,
there's a bunch
super
of me
cute.
doing the like cheek thing.
Oh, that's right. And he
So I
did use
it
the
in
Cherub New
costume.
Year's baby or something, right? Didn't he? I don't know. There's a
Something
bunch.
like that. Yeah, you should check out Kid Cartridge online. He's great.
You know what else you should check out?
Oh,
Look at that transition. You should check out some Raycon headphones. Well, more precisely, Bluetooth headphones. So, let me just get right into this. Hey, it's 2019. You have holes in your head. Those holes need to be filled. You know what you should fill them with? Headphones. Most especially, Raycon's wonderful Bluetooth headphones. Let me tell you, nothing fills your head holes like these bad boys right here. I got
they're
them
so shiny.
Yeah, they are shiny. They're very nice. I got
Those
them
shiny
like
head hole fillers.
they come with a cool little chargy case with a cool little like you're like, "Oh, I might lose that cap." No, you won't. The magnet's like wicked strong. You're not losing this thing. And like they just go in your ear and they're really simple, and I had a great experience with these because it was really funny. I talked to Heinz cuz my headphones were dying. And he was like, "We just bought you headphones," and I was like, "Heinz, that was 2.5 years ago." But you know, Sean.
Yeah.
And he was like really grumpy about it. He's like, "No, we're not gonna get you new headphones." And then, I shit you not, the next day, Raycon delivered these and was like, "Would you please try these because we're gonna do a sponsorship?" And I was like, "Oh, Sean, oh, this is so juicy right now." And he was like, "Fine, just take the headphones." And they have been excellent. I've been using these every day since then. In like, I'm to the point where I've even like been taking them home and using them. They're just really good headphones. They're really convenient. The battery's long, and then like, cause I had Bluetooth headphones, but I didn't like them because the battery's like 2 hours, and they didn't even have a case. These the batteries, I don't know how long they are. Like they last like the whole workday. But even then, like if you're on a plane or something, pop in this bad boy and charge them again. Like it's super easy to have like a chargy case that goes with them.
Yeah,
I
they're super
mean,
comfortable. I know John has a pair that he was wearing.
yeah. I'm big on the comfort, but like, you know, and they're telling us here, if you didn't know, the company was founded by Ray J. Celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Cardi B are already like obsessed with them, which, you know, they're artists, they know music, trust that, I guess. But really for me, they have a lot of fancy features. They have cool tap buttons on them, so like you can tap the button and pause your music. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the most important factor is that when you're in public, you can do this thing and look like a secret agent. And that's really the highlight. Like I would buy them just for that, because you're just like walking around the airport and you're like, wait a second. Okay. And then yeah, you just paused your song, but it looked really cool when you did it. So like that's mad important, to be honest. And, you know, really, yeah. I mean, I would just buy them for that fact, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a couple of the special things. Like, you can pause your music, you can play your music, you can turn your volume up and down on the headphones, which is really convenient.
I'm trying to get Sam's phone to
And
play.
you can skip, no, it won't play anything right now. You can skip tracks with the buttons on the headphones, back and forward. It's cool. They have like left and right features. They're just really simple to use. And like, also, did you hear the noise they make when you turn them on? They do a little like Raycon. It's really good.
like Sega?
Yeah. So let's see if we can. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but it's really good. And yeah, I mean,
You're sticking it in the mic.
yeah, like seriously, you can here do a listen. Like hold it for 2 seconds, put it in your ear, and hold the button for 2 seconds, and it does a little Raycon. Or it was on, and now you have to do it again.
It was
but
off.
yeah.
It was on.
So yeah, look, the best thing too is that you would think like Bluetooth headphones are really expensive. these really aren't that expensive. They're like half as much as all the other premium brands sell them for, and honestly, that's amazing. So Raycon offers their wireless earbuds for everyone in a range of fun colors and at an unbeatable price. Go to buyraycon.com/cast to get 15% off your order. That's right, you get 15% off an already very reasonably priced headphone. That's buyraycon.com/cast for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. If you've been eyeing a pair, now's the time to get them at an amazing price. So one more time, that is buyraycon.com/cast. Yeah, go do it. They're awesome. I mean, I've been using them every day. I really like them. Super good.
And that
Great
is
charger.
Raycon with an A.
RACON.
He brings it
Raycon.com. Go.
All right, it's time to talk about the community death battle. Or as we're doing it for the next 7 weeks,
The DBX community death battle.
DBX community death battle.
He said it way better than you.
Yeah, that. If you haven't checked out the new DBX that Sam and his team have been putting together, and Luis, you've helped out with a few episodes and know.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. It's been doing awesome. You guys have been putting together some amazing stuff for it. It's an all-new look, all-new kind of format for DBX with a new character in the death battle lore.
Yep.
Ringmaster.
So we got
it's
a
really
host.
awesome.
Yeah, he lets you know about the characters, and we get to do some really cool, fun matchups we've been working on for a long time, and there's a lot of really cool stuff.
So the last community death battle / DBX we had was Mega Man versus Metal Sonic, which is up right now, and you can go check out
Go
who
watch
won.
it.
And if you're a first member, you can actually check out an alternate ending to the episode because the winner is based on your votes, very similar to how we've always done community death battle. And so that's why we're kind of combining them together. The next DBX is Boa Hancock from One Piece versus Rider Medusa from Fate Stab
Stay.
/ Stay.
Fate.
Fate
Fate Stay Night, I believe, specifically.
Okay. I don't know anything about Fate.
Fate
Stay,
is very
so
confusing.
Are they snake ladies?
Yes.
That's all I know.
basically.
That is like,
Because
it's
I
like,
saw
it's
that
like I mean,
thumbnail.
she might look not like, but that is like Greek mythology Medusa. So
They
yeah.
both turn.
Well, of course, got it. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
both
People
turn
to
people
stone.
to stone, basically.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you can go vote for that right now, but we have some answers from you guys. Maybe you don't know much about these characters, so you need to know who you think should win and why. Let's see the argument for Rider Medusa from JH. And JH says, in the anime, Rider matched Saber, who... Oh, this is some scaling stuff. In the anime,
Gilgamesh.
Rider matched Saber, who matched Gilgamesh at 9.615 gigatons TNT.
Sure.
And tags him at up to Mach 940. I'll just trust you on that. Rider resists soul manipulation and transmutation and can petrify things within her sight, even magic users. Okay.
Rider is shaped for the win.
Yeah.
Oh, is that on there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on
it's
there.
not on
Yeah,
my-
yeah.
it's not on
but
here,
It yeah, I wish I knew more about Rider. That show is so confusing. I tried and like, oh my god, that is so confusing. It is very difficult. Luckily,
Fate Stay is the one
yeah.
that has like a bunch of different timelines or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't. Tack, who mainly wrote this one, is like a big fan of it, and I was like, thank God, because like I spent an hour and a half like in the wikis, and I was so lost. I was just like, what is happening? I don't what.
It's a
yeah.
good thing he was there.
I always
but-
think back to Blaze Blue Guilty Gear and poor Nick. We're like, this will be an easy one. And
Yeah.
it's just-
Fighting game.
That is one. That is
do
one of the great things about having a larger team of writers nowadays. I almost said writers because this is Rider Medusa. Writers. It's great to have a bunch of writers because if there is a character like this that me or Sam
usually
doesn't know anything
somebody-
about,
yeah.
it's like, hey Genevieve, hey Liam, hey Tech, do any of you know anything about these characters?
Yeah.
And typically they got a kind of
Somebody's
a
got
broad
it.
expanse of interest, so it's pretty neat. It works out great for us.
But with the argument with Ryder, basically they were saying, oh, winning her sight, basically.
Well, specifically, she can resist soul manipulation and transmutation and can petrify things within her sight. And I
Within her
believe
sight.
for Boa Hancock, we have a specific argument from you.
Yes, because firstly, because like nobody decided to comment on a freaking answer, and I'm pissed off about that. Second of all,
Support my waifu.
Second of all, Boa Hancock doesn't need to look at you to petrify you.
okay.
As long as you are attracted to her in some way, anyway, you can get affected by her like kind of like laser beam basically that she shoots. I don't know, like just putting the hands together, whatever.
Yeah, she does.
But
like,
you're saying she's got to
Madoka
seduce the
magic
other
and
one.
girl shit.
So
Not-
you have to be attracted to her, and then she has to
which
do
is
a laser at
which
you.
has been established that it doesn't matter your sexual orientation. You still like all the people in the world of One Piece except for Luffy are attracted to her basically. So like as long as you are attracted to her, you don't even have to look at her, and you can turn into stone. So like.
I feel like someone was
Basically.
going through a real rough breakup when they wrote her character.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, her character is interesting.
Yeah.
She hates literally everybody except for Luffy.
Yeah, basically because
Well, it's more like she's
because he's the
fascinated
only one
because
that-
he doesn't get affected by
yeah,
her
basically.
Yeah.
stone laser.
Yeah. So like, and then she has like petrifying arrows that she can shoot.
Yeah.
And turns people into stone as long as they're attracted to her, of course. But
So this fight is
Or
just
she just
who
kicks him in
turns
the
them into
face.
stone
Yeah.
first.
Well,
Yeah,
the other one
basically.
seemed to be able to like do like was really strong and really fast if we are scaling.
Can Boa resist that?
Well, I mean, we're
That's-
voting
yeah.
on the forums, which should
That's a
be in
good
the
question.
description too.
I mean, do you have to look at her eyes?
No.
Is it like Medusa in Greek mythology, where like
Oh,
you had to lock eyes with her and then she would turn you to stone?
I think she can. This writer, I think, can shoot like a petrifying laser. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, so it's all these lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
anime.
It,
Well,
this
because
one
it's really inconvenient to carry around that really bronzed shield and try
that
and
would
look
be
behind you.
that would be why JH said petrify things within her sight.
Right.
So she
Yeah.
looks at them, shoots a pew, pew,
This
stone
one
laser.
is
Perfect.
so far the
Yeah.
closest one we've had by a long shot. When we looked at the vote the other day and we tweeted about this, it was like 50.6% to 49.6.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
So
Oh yeah, and there was like
0.4.
5,000
Yeah.
votes
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it is super close.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
crazy,
Interesting.
crazy close.
I think like in the span of like yesterday and last night, like the winner has changed. So like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
been
wow.
it's been pretty crazy going
So it's
on.
going
We'll
back
go
and
vote.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
all
flipped
right.
a couple times now, I think. But yeah.
So clearly, this one is. If you have any interest in one of these characters winning over the other, go vote. You can find. I'm sure there will be a link under this if you're watching on YouTube. But either way, you can find the place to vote on our Twitter. That's @DeathBattle on Twitter. There will be a tweet there that takes you directly to the poll. You can vote there and have your voice be heard. And then this episode will come out this Saturday, and you'll find out who wins based on your vote, which will be awesome. DBX has been going really strong so far, and we've been really excited to see. There's been some interesting results based on votes.
Yeah.
So it's not always just going to be whoever you think is most popular, because sometimes you might not actually know.
I'm
which character's
excited
most
about how
popular.
Five's vote goes because Five is like two pretty big characters that we know our audience likes a lot. So we'll just see how that one goes without spoiling it. Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
you'll figure out.
Well, and that
Saturday.
will be that'll be announced this weekend after Bo Rider comes out. So go check that out.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That wraps us up for today. If you're a first member, first of all, thank you, and please join us in Sudden Death, our first exclusive post show that we record after every one of these Death Battle casts. And thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.